All right, go ahead.
Welcome to the Take a Listing Today podcast, where our hosts Jim Studebaker and Todd Robertson give you strategies to get you out of the office right now so you can take a new listing today. And now, here's Jim and Todd.
Hey, here we are again. It's the Take a Listing Today podcast. Jim Studebaker from Florida, and to my left is Todd Robertson from California. Welcome, Todd.
Thank you. And over there in her VIP suite, in the corner of the studio, the wonderful Lisa Gray.
Hello.
Yes, only stuck once.
Yes.
Physically stuck once.
This is feeling like deja vu, and yes, you're right. Literally, I've only been stuck once upside down off my chair, and figuratively and metaphorically, I'm stuck every other Thursday.
Yes, exactly. or every week for our viewers who catch us every week. But our viewers are very glad that you're stuck here.
And I don't mind doing it.
Because then they'd have to be stuck with Todd and I. And
yeah, I know. That's the kind of stuck that nobody wants.
Who wants that, right? All right. Well, you've come at a great time.
She was stuck trying to retrieve a postcard, in all fairness, you know?
Yeah,
that's true.
I fell upside down, and
so it was worth it.
It's like black hole right here to the right of me.
I see that. Don't lean over.
Yeah, no.
You'll go down and you won't come back up.
It's a bar stool and it's a long way down. Get wedged in there.
We have her on a cliff. I'm sure there's no OSHA violations there.
Right.
Well, you are in for a treat today. It's show number 179, and we're going to talk about what buyers and sellers say they want most from real estate agents right now. Not last week, not in the future, right now. So everybody has survived the eclipse that happened. So therefore, we can continue.
Post-eclipse. This is the post-eclipse demands of buyers and sellers, right?
Right.
There was a pre-eclipse demand, and now everything's different.
Everything is different since it dimmed down to, like just a dusk around here during the eclipse. There was no total blackout unless you were fortunate to live in that little sliver of country.
Yep.
Here it looked like a cloud went by the sun and then it was back out. So
yep.
Now in California, I will tell you, my nephew came over that day and he goes, oh, let's go in the garage. I go, what? He goes, there's a welding thing that we could look through it and see the eclipse. So we did look through it, and
did that work?
It was pretty tiny, but we technically saw it.
Yeah, nice. All right, well, good. Well, the next one's only in 20 years, so we'll catch up again in 20 years.
Perfect. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So the desires and expectations of buyers and sellers continues to evolve, shaped by market trends, technological advancements, and shifting preferences. So right now, it's crucial for real estate agents to understand what clients truly seek if they want to stand out in a competitive market. Today, we have for you what buyers and sellers have expressed as their top priorities when working with real estate agents.
Post-eclipse.
Post-eclipse, yes.
Well, and I love this topic today because it's more important than ever before, because a lot of people are saying there's no buyer loyalty out there.
Right.
A lot of people just go list a property and don't stay in touch every week to adjust and make adjustments. So this is more critical than ever before. These are the reasons some real estate agents get a bad name, because they just throw the mud up against the wall and then go on to the next thing.
Right.
Very true. Very true. So first, we're going to start with understanding the buyer's preferences. Buyers today are seeking more than just property listings from their real estate agents. They crave personalized guidance and support throughout the home buying journey.
I think it doesn't matter what, as a consumer, what you're wanting to consume. You're always going to want personalized service and support throughout that transaction, throughout that purchasing journey. This will never change. I don't care if it's post NAR Settlement. I don't care what's going on. Certain things about the landscape will never change. We all want to have a really good experience. We want to connect with somebody that's enjoyable to be around. These things are always going to remain the same.
And the better a realtor does at giving the personalized support, having great rapport. So when and if there is a speed bump down the road, they're more on your side. It's not as adversarial.
Right. I agree.
So we did some surveys. We actually didn't do these surveys. Somebody did a survey, right?
Right.
So we did a survey. 100 buyers and sellers, top 10 answers on the board. Wait a minute. Wrong show. Here's what buyers say they want the most. Number 1, expertise and knowledge. Buyers value agents who possess deep market knowledge and expertise in specific neighborhoods or property types. And they're seeking agents who can provide insightful advice on market trends, pricing, and investment potential.
You know, this is. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Todd.
Well, I was just going to say, so I'm in California. I'm in a buyer mode right now as I'm selling 2 places in Florida. And it's so interesting. I met up with my realtor last Saturday, and that's what I asked them, exactly that. I wanted to know the pricing, the market trend. I knew the price, but I wanted to know, does this area have in the next 2, 5, 10 years, an upside potential, or is this area heading low? So that cannot be overlooked, and a lot of people don't have that. But I mean, that's critical because you want to know, okay, where's my investment potentially going to be? Nobody has a crystal ball.
Right. And what I was going to say is this is where agents with a geographic farm have a distinct advantage because they have become very familiar with a specific neighborhood. They're the experts in that neighborhood. They know what's buying and selling. They know what it's being sold for. They know the best schools, etc. in that area. They know it all. They are the expert, and definitely consumers and homeowners are going to want to work with them more, and buyers are going to want to work with them more due to this expertise. If you are an agent that's a generalist, kind of shooting from the hip, oh, I found out a referral from this lady that I ran into at the grocery store, so now I'm in this neighborhood today trying to get this listing, and then tomorrow I'm over in this neighborhood trying to sell something to a buyer over here, but I don't really have expertise anywhere. I'm just trying to stay afloat. That type of approach is not going to serve you in this market, specifically if buyers are really looking for an expert. You're not going to be an expert. You're a generalist, right? So
they're looking for everything now because everybody can be an expert, even looking online. So they're going to know if you're an expert or not.
Right.
So don't fake it. Know your stuff. So number 2, buyers are also looking for transparency and honesty. Now, trust is paramount for buyers. They want agents who are transparent, honest, and upfront about all aspects of the buying process. And this includes potential challenges or drawbacks associated with properties you might look at.
Well, in this one right here, I mean, it can't be talked about enough because that's everything. In other words, Floyd talked about it at the first moment of meeting the people at the listing appointment. Hey, do you want me to lie or level? I can lie and tell you whatever you want to get the listing, but my job's here to help you get it sold. So they're going to respect that. So trust has to be paramount so they know that you've got their back. You're not just about the paycheck, and that's going to get you more referrals.
Well, and we as human beings, we can sniff out authenticity and sniff out honesty. And if you are just showing up for a paycheck, if you're really your spirit or is not really in this, you're not really passionate about what you're doing for a living, it will show no matter how much you're trying to hide it. If you're too busy and you're just running to pick up these individuals and show them some homes quickly because you have other stuff to do, or you don't really want to answer the phone, all of those things are transparent whether you know it or think it or not.
Right.
We can all pick up on when somebody doesn't want to be with us, doesn't really want to spend the time, maybe is not quite being honest with us about everything. We can feel it. We can sense it. And it will not work for you. So don't do it. Don't go there. Don't think you can hide it. Don't think you can act it away.
Don't do it.
Don't act it away.
No.
All right. Number 3, buyers also want communication and responsiveness. Buyers expect prompt and clear communication from their agents. They appreciate agents who are responsive to their inquiries, proactive in providing updates, and readily available to address any concerns or questions.
I mean, this is the joke we have. It's an ongoing joke for all 3 of us when we call out to give away $100 on our show each week.
Right.
Is, we could call through 40 postcards. And I mean, these are agents spending a lot of money sending out direct mail marketing, and we can't get anybody on the phone. It's all voicemail. and actually, it's interesting. The few people we do get on the phone, man, are they engaged and passionate. It's never a surprise to me who answers the phone because they are in it. You can feel it from the second they answer that phone. They're excited. They're engaged. It doesn't matter to them that this isn't a potential client that was calling them. The fact that they're on the show to talk about what they do for a living and why they're marketing. And then they, of course, hey, these could be agents that are making a couple $100,000 a year, but winning $100 in a quiz is fun for them. they are totally in it to win it.
Plus, it's good publicity for them.
Right. Great experience. Right? And then the rest, I don't know what is going on that nobody's picking up their phone. But
maybe they're so busy at the closing table.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe there's a million ways to have your phone answered if you cannot answer it, especially now with AI. There's so many options. I just can't even imagine spending that kind of money and then not.
That's a great point. There's virtual assistants. There's AI. A lot of people use the person at their front desk if they're not available. But you have to be, because what if I'm sitting there today and I'm going to buy something, which is going to happen, and I'm sitting there with my assistant and we're calling about this house and can't get information? Well, we scratch it out and move on to the next,
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. All right.
Definitely. If I'm in a neighborhood looking at homes and there are 3 for sale, drive past the first one, can't get a hold of anyone, drive on to the next one listed by another agent, and I get a hold of them. Who knows? I could have maybe purchased that other home. How do you think the home seller feels about that? What do you think they would think if they knew that they could have sold their home, but it was because their agent didn't answer? And now those buyers went on and bought another home in that neighborhood. I wouldn't.
That's not good. No. It's also not good having green stuff in your teeth, Lisa. There you go. Yeah. Lisa's enjoying a little green drink over here, Todd.
Well, that's good. She's got to build up a tolerance, because it's like slurping down vegetables. But you'll get through it.
Grass. I feel like I just mowed a lawn
Chunky
and now
grass
I'm chewing the grass.
Yeah. It's not like a V8. It's like, very thick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let us know how you're feeling in a couple hours.
Sticks to the gut. Sticks to the gut.
That it does. Okay, moving on. So number 4, buyers expect guidance and support. Buying a home can be overwhelming, especially for first-time buyers. Buyers value agents who offer guidance and support at every step, from property search to negotiation and the closing. So that wraps up our buyers. Now, sellers are looking for certain expectations as well. They've got other priorities and objectives when partnering with real estate agents. So let's hear what they want. Number 1 on the list. Any guesses? Marketing. Effective marketing and promotion. Yes, of course. Sellers want agents who can effectively market their properties and attract qualified buyers. They value agents who utilize innovative marketing strategies, professional photography, virtual tours, and targeted advertising to showcase their homes in the best light.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. Go ahead, Todd.
I was going to say, marketing is everything. Like, Hobbs and Herter did that study with the fake agent and then surveyed people, who would you use? And it was that fake agent. Why? It was all about marketing.
The marketing that they did, in that neighborhood.
But marketing and promotion does make perception becomes reality. Pretty soon, it's kind of like the tipping point, Pretty soon, boom, boom, boom. And then all of a sudden, the whole town's like, oh, you've got to use Susie. She's the go-to. Well, she's out-marketed you. She's got some good testimonials. She's probably not, not the most educated, the richest, none of that matters, right?
Right.
The marketing and promotion is what gets you.
I'm always surprised when I see a listing online that has one photo. Who is that agent? Why? Why would you do that? There's got to be a way to show more pictures. I don't care. Take a picture of the yard if the house is that bad. There's got to be a way to do this.
Maybe the yard is bad.
Use AI to, if the house looks that bad on the inside, take a picture of the rooms, put some AI in there, and discuss the fact that it's a fixer. But here you can visualize, this is the size of this living room, and this is what it could look like. Do something. Do something. To me, that is like instant turn off. Moving on, not even going to look at it when you've got a home with one photo. I don't know how they closed on that listing presentation and got that client. I really don't understand. Maybe they promised more and didn't deliver. I don't know. And now they're the homeowner's in a contract.
Right.
Lisa, to your point, and I'm looking out here obviously actively, so every couple days I'm on, but very surprising that I would say about 20% of the homes where I am, whether it's Realtor.com, Zillow, whatever, will have just one or 1, 2, or 3 photos, and you're like, wow, can't I see the backyard? Can't I?
Right.
Right. It's very surprising. Like, they're going to try to get a $24,000 commission,
Right.
signed the paper, took a few photos, threw it up, and then moved on. I mean,
And there are statistics about this, and I wish I could remember some off the top of my head, but I know for every so many photos that you add, statistically the interest goes up, that consumer is going to want to see that home. Those photos are gold. I mean, they really are. And the more that you put, the better you do for that client.
Yep.
So I know this all probably sounds like, yeah, I know, but to know it and do it are two different things, right? You
Very
can talk
true.
the talk, but not necessarily walk the walk. You've got to do that with this. It, especially if you want to become an agent who's going to get referred. Maybe you can get through. Maybe you can promise to that one homeowner, sure, we'll market, take one snapshot, and then never do it. Oh, it's going to sell. Don't worry, we'll sell it on one. But are you going to get referred with that kind of business? No, you're going to be out there just living, stumbling upon one deal to the next, or are you going to get referrals and do what a lot of people do that have strong, solid spheres, which is to get most of your business from people who know and like you, and you don't have to build from strangers over and over again.
Yeah, and if you're that busy, outsource it. Get somebody else to go in there and take photos.
Seriously, I mean, the kind of money
Those things are
involved-
out there.
Yeah.
There are professional photographers who probably will take better pictures than you do. So maybe you want to outsource it.
Yep, I agree.
All right, good. So number 2, the seller wants pricing expertise.
this is a tough one because realtors want the listings. But the people that will tell the truth, and I'm going through it right now in Florida, it's not her fault. She's saying, here's what the market's telling us. So we need to adapt to that. So if there's 4 of my units for sale out of 1,600, right now we're the lowest price one. So
Right.
we're doing what the market's telling us. So I like my realtor telling the truth, even though it hurt a little bit, ouch.
Right. Well, and again, if they are not telling the truth, or if they're allowing you to keep that higher price on there, and you're wanting to sell, I guess it all depends on what the homeowner wants. If they want to sell quickly, then yeah, you better price it right, especially if it's a competitive market and you have other homes in that area listed, or you're going to just sit there and it is just going to age and age and age. And it's not like fine wine. It doesn't get better as it ages. You want to get that home turning over. So I would much rather have an agent that is being honest about it and that I trust when they're saying, let's go ahead and massage this price a little bit and get people in here.
And if you think about it, just throwing out a high number for a listing price is stupid, because now you're just stuck there. It's not going to get any showings.
No.
You're spending money advertising it, hopefully. You're spending money maybe taking people there if you really talk them into it. But at the end of the day, if it's really overpriced, you're going to go your 3 months or 4 months or 6 months and then walk away.
Right.
With nothing.
Yeah. And one argument I've heard over and over is that your home actually literally becomes invisible. So let's say there are
And tainted.
8 homes in that market that are 2,000 square feet, similar, comparable to your home. They're all listed at 400. You've listed yours at 450. The consumer that's looking, or the buyer that's looking for that type of home, they know 400 is about the going price. They've looked at a bunch of them. So they're telling their agent, we're going to top out. We don't want to spend more than 410. So the agent's not even showing them. Even if they go to search on Zillow or Realtor.com, they're searching by nothing more than 410. Your home has become invisible.
Right.
They don't even know it's out there to look at or even offer a lower price for. So that is a huge thing that you have to keep in mind, that you will become invisible to much of the market.
Well, and another thing happens, which is happening right now to my home in River Strand Country Club. My realtor says, a week ago, the exact model as yours went up for sale at $525. That's an overpriced dog.
Yeah, so totally.
We're at $470, but guess what a lot of realtors will do? They'll take their person in there, they'll show the $525 for contrast.
Right.
And say, for this, you're going to save this much money, and you could do... So a lot of realtors will show that just for contrast, and the sellers don't even know it, thinking, we're getting showings. No, they're using other houses.
Yeah, you can't win with that. There's no way to win with that.
Now, the other thing that MLSs will do now, especially, I know the one here does in Florida, it will show you if a listing was already listed prior, like it matches up the address. So if the listing expires because it was overpriced, and now somebody else comes in and lists it with a correct price, it will say on there, prior history. Oh, this was listed 6 months ago at this price.
Yeah. And
So now somebody says, wait a minute, well, what was the problem there?
Yeah, it's interesting. I like to go down and look at that. I find that very interesting. I've seen that in a few different states in this area, Alabama, Georgia, where you can scroll down and see, oh, look at this. How interesting. 5 months ago, it was at this price. Looks like a year ago, they had it listed at this price. And you could actually see them walking down from
you can
being
see
way
the price reductions,
overpriced.
right.
Yeah, and it tells you a lot about them because now they're starting to look more desperate. And maybe it was just a situation of being priced wrong. And it's not that they're necessarily desperate, but they do want to sell and they didn't have an agent that told them the right way to list. So now they've got a mess on their hands and people are thinking, oh, I'm going to go in with something really low. I'm going to offer something really low. They're desperate.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Number 3 for sellers, negotiation skills. Sellers rely on their agents to negotiate favorable terms and maximize their profits. They value agents who are skilled negotiators, capable of navigating complex negotiations and advocating for their best interests.
Yeah, we just talked about this last week on the podcast, how to improve your negotiation and listing presentation skills. I think during this time right now, post NAR Settlement, hopefully eventually we'll stop saying those 2 words, or 3 words, but I think everyone's trying to figure out post NAR Settlement. Yeah, 3.
Yep, 3. That's right.
trying to figure out how do I approach the market? What do I need to do to respond to all the buzz around the settlement? And definitely, it's a great time to shore up those negotiation skills and those listing presentation skills. So, man, that is something that I would be constantly working on in this industry. Never letting that get rusty.
Absolutely. All right.
And that's a great point. That's going to help you. That's going to help you in every area. That's going to help you at the kitchen table negotiate getting the listing. And then if you're good, you're going to help your client get the highest price. So your negotiation skills are going to be used every day on everything you do.
You know, negotiation is really a confidence move. In fact, some of the best negotiators I've ever seen are just highly confident people. And they have the ability there's an energy about them that kind of makes you back off because they just come in with all of this, I know what I'm doing. Said. Yeah. And, okay, maybe some people are born that way, right? Super confident. How to get that way if you're not born that way is to know your stuff. And the only way to know your stuff is to take classes and to practice negotiation and read books on it and go to seminars and workshops, etc. And if you get super, super good at it, your confidence will go up and then you will come across that way as well. And it's a powerful thing when you're confident in what you're doing.
Absolutely. So number 4, the 4th thing that sellers expect out of their agents, supportive guidance. Selling a home can be obviously emotional and stressful. Sellers appreciate agents who provide emphatic, I'm starting to say empathy there, emphatic support.
Those tough words for you and I again.
I know. They didn't have long words like that up in where I went to school. So they provide
You're doing
support.
good. You're doing
Thank
good.
you. Support, practical advice, and reassurance throughout the selling process. So just be supportive there. So by understanding and addressing buyers and sellers' priorities, real estate agents can foster stronger client relationships, differentiate themselves, and deliver exceptional service. As the industry continues to evolve, adapting to changing client preferences and embracing opportunities for innovation will be key to thriving in real estate.
Well said. Very well said.
Thank you. I'm a professional.
It's interesting because I don't think there were any real surprises here. And this was a new study. So it just tells us that we all want the same thing. You know, as I was saying in the beginning, we want somebody who's knowledgeable, who's really an expert in whatever the field is, whether I'm buying a car or a home, whatever it is, looking for a financial advisor. I want an expert. I want somebody confident in their abilities, really strong skills, empathetic, really cares about me, cares about what they're doing. We all want those things.
Right.
And communication, phenomenal communication skills. And that is the hardest thing right now. People are in 20. Go ahead.
I was going to say, at the very least, at the very minimum, stay in touch with your seller when you get a listing at least once a week to give them updates no matter what, at least a touch communication, probably more, but minimum that.
Yeah, I agree.
Awesome. Well, you know what else is surprising? Or maybe not surprising.
What is it?
Our friends over at Prospects Plus have a little weird sense of humor. They have given us a brick of postcards today.
Actually, we're gonna call somebody not in the brick. That is crazy how they did that, though. I mean, is that like a Rubik's Cube or something? How do you undo that?
It's going to take us 20 minutes just to undo all this.
Undo the brick for the next show.
Was that Aaron that did that?
I think he may have something to do with it. He's normally the jokester back there, but what do you have going on here?
Holy heck. Okay, so we're going to call someone, I hear an amazing agent that Todd knows, and her name is Nikki. I'm going to dial out now.
All right.
Nikki Goins.
How do you know Nikki, Todd?
We've been chatting for a few weeks. She signed up for Market Dominator. She called me last week. She bought the book on Amazon. She was on Read It this weekend.
Wow.
She's taking...
Well, she's going to be upset when she learns she can win it now.
Let's not tell her.
Don't tell her that.
All right.
Hello, it's Nikki.
We'll tell her that.
Nikki.
Hi.
This is Todd and Jim and Lisa on the Take a Listing Today podcast. Say hello to my colleagues.
Hi.
Hi, Nikki. How you doing? We've heard amazing things about you, Nikki.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, Todd was just telling us that you've recently signed up for one of the great marketing products from Prospects Plus.
Yes, I have. I'm excited about that.
So share with us a little bit. We just want to ask you a little bit about your marketing and your mindset, which I love, obviously, from our conversations. Share with us a little bit what you're doing marketing-wise and where your mindset comes from, because I love that enthusiasm, that confidence level. And then we're going to give you a chance to win a $100 gift card on just about anything on our website. Sound good?
Oh, yes. Sounds excellent.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I reached out because, so this is my second year as a realtor. Prior to this, I have like 10 years title, 12 years mortgage, and then recently became a realtor. So like the last 2 years. And so new, but not new. And I've just kind of really been thinking of ways to drum up more business. And, I tried the Zillow leads and all of that and did that for about a year, spent a lot of money on that, and just really didn't get anything out of that. Maybe one or two loans closed or buyers closed. And so I was receiving Todd's emails and watching YouTube videos, and I love to read, and I read one of his books and stuff. And I was like, I really should start doing what I see that's in my mailbox, which is the mailers. So I started off with like the small ones that the title company would offer. And then I noticed like these, I guess you would call them more higher end realtors, I guess would be a good way of saying it, that they were sending out stuff all the time. And I get it in my mailbox all the time. Mm-hmm. Well, I was like, well, man, I need to do that, right? They say to, you are like the people you hang around with. And so I was like, well, I need to not copy, but definitely mimic what the successful people are doing in the industry, right? So, that's what started me off on doing the mailers. And, I started off with the small ones, but then when I watched the video about doing the campaign, I loved that he said that, like, everybody's kind of in the overload of social media and all that in your face, but everybody walks to their mailbox. And I was like, oh, that's key. That is true, because I walk to my mailbox every day. Right. And I was trying to do some mailers the other day, and my title company actually sent it to the wrong address. Because I live in a nice neighborhood, and I was like, I want to be in my neighborhood. I want to list these houses. Well, one of the houses that was down the street actually was listed for a while, didn't sell. Well, then, like a couple of days later, after the listing expired, I noticed one of the realtors that sends those buyers out, mailers, got the listing. And I was like, oh my gosh, that could have been me. So I was really on it. So that's when I reached out to Todd. Like, I need to do something. I need to dominate my area, and I want to dominate it. So that's where that came from. And here we are.
I love your mindset. Your energy is contagious, in your mindset, especially in a time when a lot of agents are paralyzed, like you and I talk. So you're gonna win for a lot of reasons, as you and I have spoke. But what would you say to an agent listening or watching right now who maybe is beat up a little bit and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm trying this, I'm doing this, and they're barely hanging on? What would you say to an agent in that mode?
Well, I'm a big believer in, what you take in can affect your mindset. So I'm real cautious. I don't spend a whole lot of time reading negative stuff, or I don't feed into that, right? Because what you think is what you get. That's always been my motto in my life, and my mind has never given me the opportunity or the chance to even go south. If I do, I quickly get out of it, right? So to me, I think it's important of who you surround yourself with, and of course, all those motivational books, the Atomic Habits. I read a lot of books, and all of that is true. So I start my day. We talked about this, Todd. I start my day every morning just with gratitude and being thankful for the day. I read spiritually. I read my Bible every morning, and then I physically work out. And then I go to the grind, right? And I just use my job as my ministry. I'm here to serve. I'm here to help. So I think it's for new realtors, it's all about who you line up with. Be careful of who you surround yourself with. Look at people and what they're doing, and you'll come up with your own way. But you want to surround yourself in all things in life, whether it's your friends, family, whoever. You want to surround yourself with people that you would want to be like. Right? That's the thing. And then you learn and you grow, and you always stay a student. And that's what I would tell people is to be patient. It's a marathon, right? We always hear that. It's not a 5K, it's a marathon. And that's so true. And some of the trials and tribulations that we go through, that's where we learn the most and we grow the most. So every day I just take every day as, a blessing, and I continue to strive to be the best that I can. And I block out the negativity. Change is good. Like with all this stuff that's going on. And I went to a seminar yesterday, and I was about to walk out of there. I just don't want to hear the negativity. Mm-hmm. It's not even in place 100% yet. We don't know what it's going to entail 100% yet. So why worry about something that's not even here yet?
Right.
I'm still grinding. I'm still closing deals left and right. I think I've already hit 3 million. And I'm just like, I don't have time for that. I'm going to do my job today. And like I said, I'm a Christian, and I believe God said, give us this day our daily bread. So I'm living daily with the thought of tomorrow. And I just think that that's what we need. We need to be motivated and passionate and have that drive, and don't give up, because you won't win if you give up. Right. So that's my motto. And like I said, it's my second year, and I'm killing it, and I'm going to continue to kill it, and I'm going to continue to be successful. And just finding Todd and his podcast, and I listen to y'all, watch the YouTube videos. It's just been a blessing, and I'm excited. I'm excited for this campaign to kick off.
You're the one who watches our show, Nikki. You're the one.
Yes.
Wow, that's great.
Nikki, you should write a book. I mean, you just had so many pearls of wisdom in what you've just said there. It's really something. I mean, I think I counted off like 7 or 8. It's like that Stephen Covey's, what is it? Something of highly effective people. What is it? The 8 something of
7 habits of highly effective people.
I think she may have hit all 7. Yep. Yeah. Really extraordinary what you've said. And I am not surprised in the least at your success, because everything you're doing is serving that. I mean, just the idea of surrounding yourself with people that have that same mindset. Where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? Stay around those people that aren't in that space. Sure. You certainly don't want to be surrounding yourself by or with. Gratitude. I mean, you just said so many amazing nuggets. I would say anybody listening to this, play it back. Take a transcript, print it out, put it on your wall. She said some incredible things.
Yeah.
And she's proof in the pudding. She's doing very well. So.
Yeah. And again, all glory and honor is his. It's through him that he gives me the strength to continue to what I do. And my faith is very strong. And I just, use my job too as part of that, a reflection of that.
Sure,
it's more than the talk. People can talk all they want, but I like to walk my talk.
Absolutely.
Show people every day. Oh yeah, I have a story. I have a testimony for sure. And it's crazy because when my daughter was in 5th grade, she's going to be a senior next year, and we were in New York or whatever. One of the moms kept telling me, you need to write a book. Because I do have a story. To get into all of that, that would take like a whole other podcast, another podcast. But you're like the 100th person that has told me that, and maybe one day I will. But yeah, like I said, it's just a pleasure, and I just pray every day that God sends me the people that will help me and that I can help them, and we continue just to grow. There's so much room for everybody. It's not a competition. I'm not competitive with anybody. I'm competitive with myself. I want to be a better version of myself every day, and that's where I think being on social media and all that, people are just so much comparing nowadays. And I just think it's good to stay focused on your goals.
Absolutely.
Because everybody's life is different. Everybody's goals are different. Everybody's in a different place in their life. Focus on what's going to make you a better person.
Yep.
And don't compare. Do what's good for you. I train loan officers all the time, and I always tell them that, look, this is how I do it. This is how my husband does it, but you're going to come up with what works for you. And I think that's the key is just, surrounding yourself. Like I said, again, it's just surrounding yourself with those people that you would want to be like, for sure.
Yep. Wonderful.
That's really been my message this year.
That's wonderful. I think Nikki, she needs to win a $100 gift card for Prospects Plus. What do you say?
Well, she is successful out in the field. Will she be successful in our game?
I'm certain she will.
I don't know if Todd warned you about this, Nikki, but we do have a podcast trivia question that I will ask you. I'll read you the question and then 3 possible answers. And if you can guess the right answer, we'll send you the aforementioned $100 gift card and some swag from the Take a Listing Today podcast.
Okay. I'm ready.
She's ready. She's ready.
I appreciate that enthusiasm. Nikki, here is your question. What was the first Billboard hit for Madonna? You've heard of that
Like a
fine
Virgin?
singer, right?
Was it Like a Virgin?
Nikki, I just said I will read you the question and 3 answers.
Hey, she's already.
So don't jump in there.
She's already very confident. She's very
The
confident.
rules clearly state you need to wait for the answers.
She's excited. She's a go-getter. Did she not just explain what a go-getter she is?
Nikki, if
Yeah.
we have to play this fair. Your
right,
choices are A, Holiday,
Okay.
B, Lucky Star,
Okay.
C, Like a Virgin.
I wouldn't even know to guess. And I mean, I was definitely in the age range that I recall her popularity rising from nothing. And I'm just not sure which of those. What do you think?
Holiday? No. Is it Holiday?
Well, you said Like a Virgin first, but now you say Holiday?
It was Holiday, Lucky Star, or Like a Virgin, right?
Yeah, but she came out with Like a Virgin before she even heard the things. But now you'd like to use Holiday.
That was her one of her early hits. But Lucky Star and...
I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, Nikki. Which one would you like to choose?
Okay. I would say... Okay, Like a Virgin.
All right. Let's see Like a Virgin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm going, she thought Holiday. I was trying to remember the order of when those came out. Was it Holiday first, then Lucky Star, then Like a Virgin? I was thinking back,
Well, the correct answer is... Oh, Nikki. Holiday.
Oh, she almost
That was the
did
right
that.
answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Like a Virgin was the one that put her on the map because she was dressing in all that
Yeah.
goofy half lingerie wedding stuff. And that's where she really was on the map. But she had a couple things that came out before that.
Yeah, I think those are in
Yeah.
order. Holiday, Lucky Star, and Like a Virgin.
To be
All right.
fair, I was 3 years old when those songs came out.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That's been a while.
Well, so was I, to be fair. So, Lisa, you were 20 or something. But anyway.
Yeah, it was
just kidding.
80. Well, 80.
I was born in 80.
I mean, really think about it. Was that 84 or 85?
Yeah, mid-80s.
Yeah.
Early to mid-80s, yeah.
So, I mean, I was 16, 17.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we don't normally do this, Nikki, but how about we'll give you a second chance to win?
Okay.
And
I'll take it.
And don't feel like Todd is being rude, but he seemed to have dropped off the satellite connection. It's just a blank screen now, so he won't be speaking to us anymore. His time is done. He's on to better things now. But I do have another question.
Lost him.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Let's try this question. What is an 8-sided shape called? Is it A, a pentagon, B, an octagon, or C, a shoulda-gone?
Should have gone.
I should have gone. I think. Is it an octagon? Wait, is it? What were the answers again?
Pentagon. We've got A is pentagon, B is octagon, C is should have gone. That's kind of a nice one. I should have gone to that listing appointment.
Should have gone.
I think Octagon.
All right.
Going for Octagon. All right. Let's see. Octagon.
Yay!
Hey! Octagon is it. Congratulations, Nikki. Lisa, what does Nikki win today?
She wins a $100 gift card, which I'm going to email to you, and some Take a Listing Today podcast swag.
Perfect. Well, Nikki, thank you so much for being with us today. That was a great story, and hopefully you can join us again sometime.
Thank you, Nikki.
Yes, thank you.
Have a great day.
Very blessed day.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, there we go. That was very impressive. Where is Nikki located? Do you know?
I don't.
Okay,
Todd
good.
didn't tell me that.
All right, and we can't ask him now because he's dropped off. So, all right, anything else?
Great. No,
just wrap this up ourselves.
Go out there and live like Nikki. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, we could do a whole show with her, actually.
Oh my gosh, she was incredible.
Yeah, I think maybe if she was on instead of Todd, maybe she'd stick around longer. And I don't know.
We'll have her. Yeah, we'll have her fill in. She'll be like on Johnny Carson when he would be on vacation.
Right.
We have subs.
Right.
She'll be his sub.
I think there's a time limit on that satellite connection. Maybe half an hour is the limit, and so it dropped him off. So
I guess, yeah.
All right. Well, good thing we only do one show a week. So there you go. It's our show about what buyers and sellers say they want to know from real estate agents right now. So hopefully you picked up a few things, and if you missed something, just rewind it and play it again.
That's
and then,
the beauty of
you'll be all set.
Beauty of YouTube. Beauty of
All right.
podcasts. Yep.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.